press the E button. Okay. Is it working?
The what button? Oh, I thought.
Fuck this shit, so I'm out.
Are you talking to people watching your stream?
I'm talking to people watching the stream.
You have people who watch your streams?
Be right with you. I said I'll be right with you.
Oh yeah, that's how you fucking do it. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's your favourite engineer on the lovely Friday evening, Agent Jack. We're back for another week. Sounds a bit loud, wasn't it? And you got something covering the camera now. How are we? You all good? Sammy, Amy, Michi, you all happy in the world out there? Yeah? Doing your thing. Thank you for happy affiliate. I can't affiliate. I will put my teeth back in today. Happy affiliate birthday. Thank you very much. It's, yeah. Thought it was a jumper with your logo on it. Oh, you mean up there? Do you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I could do that, really, thinking about it. You know, have a little logo on the front, have a big thing on the back. You know, Agent Jack on the back. You know, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, I would definitely be tempted. But the thing is, I'd have to get it embroidered in. Shopify's there. No, the problem with Shopify is I would rather get it embroidered in because they last a lot longer than I'm pressed. I did have a t-shirt once that had my Green 4 logo on it. Okay. And Alpha 6 Studios on the back. Now, that looked cool and everything, but because it was heat treated onto a black t-shirt, after a couple of months, it just died. So, yeah. So if I was to do something like that, if I was to do merch, I would actually go for the high quality merch because I don't like cheap stuff. That's my other half rubbing off of me. I do not like cheap stuff. But yeah, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? How are we doing anyway? So today, what I plan to do is take something apart. Obviously, with what you call it going on, but I'd rather, you know, I'll be taking where is it? One of these apart. You're probably thinking, what is this? This is a BT TV box. Okay, they're fairly old now, been around for a couple of years now, not to be confused with an EE TV box because they do exactly the same thing, exactly the same ports on the back one. The EE one I think is a little bit more kind of, you know, it doesn't have the round edges and such, it's more flat edges, but generally they're pretty good, they're pretty standard. So yeah, we'll talk about my week. We'll talk about your weeks. If you had any questions, anything like that, we're gonna let you answer a couple of emails because I've had some from a couple of customers who have agreed to be shown on here. So yeah, you know, how's Visky? Is Visky around today? Is she fast asleep like she normally is this time of day? Yeah, and I'll show you what I've ordered. So I just clicked my teeth and it just hurt. I'll show you what I've just ordered. Show you my soon-to-be network upgrades. Does mean though that this camera is going to move on my next stream, so you may be a little bit high, you may be hidden behind something, you may just be moved entirely. But things are changing around here. Okay, so what have I ordered? So as you all know, we spoke about a couple of months ago about moving my network switch and everything around from the corner over there behind me, behind where those lights will be switching on in a few minutes, to right here. Now I've ordered all the kit to the point that I was so lazy I couldn't make up a cable, So instead of making up a cable, I've just ordered a Cat 6 cable. Okay. And the reason I've done that is because I can't be bothered to make one up. And it's a flat cable as well, so I can just put it around easier. And yeah, you know, it's got some bits and pieces to go over the door. I haven't actually opened it and inspected it, so she's doing great. She has VR workout, and she is in VR. Do some workout and socialising. Oh, okay. Comes with some pins and whatnot. What is that? Some sticky pads in that as well. Yeah, I've gone for a flat Cat 6 cable. It's not rated. It's not Cat 6. It's going to be Cat 5e. But I don't use anything higher than 900 megabits anyway. But the reason I've gone for it is because it's flat, it's small, it's thin. Okay. It's just about isolation, and it'll work. It's going to replace that one up there. Actually, it comes along a little bit up here. You can see that? It's going to replace that, and it's going to come down and along and into my new network box. So I've given the game up away. So what I've ordered is a network cabinet. It's a 10-inch network cabinet, 6U. So that means 6 bars high. Hang on, let me see if I can find it for you. I'll show you what it is. So it's a 10-inch network rack, 6U. Now, I've always wanted to do something like this, but never really have got around to actually getting one. Now, I've paid a lot less for this one because the good thing about where I work is essentially, we use BP stations to refuel. Oh, you fucking... Hey, Sammy, how you doing? You good? Essentially, when we use BP, I've got a card, and I scan that card, and it goes into my my BP points, and I can use those points to get what you got it money off. Yeah, I'm getting it. Calm down. Big stretch. Here we go. So we might be interrupted by either a little child or there's your teddy, by the way, or a Katie running past and doing their thing because they're home tonight. So I was going to skip stream, but I thought, hang on, no, I'll just stream anyway because, you know, they're going to be here more often anyway. So what I've ordered is one of these. Oh, yeah. Teddy. Yeah, I've shown you the teddy. Yeah, Emmy, you've missed the teddy, okay? All right, you're over here now, aren't you? You've missed the teddy, all right? I've shown Emmy the teddy. If you want a teddy, meet you a teddy. If you want a teddy, Emmy, you know what you need to do. I'm watching you. All right, darling? The Agent family. So, yeah, the Agent family. So I've ordered, it's not this exact one. But this is a 10-inch cabinet. Hang on, I've ordered it from Amazon if I remember correctly. Yeah, I've ordered it from Amazon. Where is it? I've been looking at some weird stuff. Ignore what I've been looking at, okay? Alright. Orders. There we go. Yeah, so I've ordered this thing. So, 6U. U means the height and how many kind of bits you can get in it, okay? I've ordered the 6U one. Right, and it's, you know, that by that square. So that will all go in there, okay? And this is just for my network stuff, okay? And it comes with some bits and pieces as well, which I didn't realise until after I bought it. So that's going to be pretty cool. All right. And even looking at it, no, music. So just looking at it in this video here, I'm looking forward to it. It's obviously going to come flat packed, okay? Oh, schools use those a ton and keep kids out of the network. Well, the reason that I'm using it is to put my network equipment here next to me. So if I wanted to do a stream about networking, I can do. And show you something on camera. So this is what I'll be doing. And I'm going to do a video, a TikTok video on how to put one of these apart and other bits and pieces. And, you know, during my streams, I'll be updating, changing things and whatnot. So essentially the idea is because I've got two network switches. I've got one network switch here, which is slowly dying, if you don't mind me saying. Hug yourself for me. Thank you. Ah, Hang on.
You know, back when I
Sometimes I need a hug. Oh, you mean hug myself? Okay, hang on. Because Ava calls me this, all right? Yeah. There you go. I'm hugging myself, all right? Ava calls him daddy. She still thinks I'm the chief. So, if you hear thumping and things like that, it's just them upstairs, so don't worry about it. No one's murdering anyone in this house. Not that I'm aware of. No, there's no screaming yet. If you hear screaming or anything like that, just let me know. But yeah, that's, you know, this is exactly what I've picked up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to putting it together. I've also, just as long as you got a hug, I need hugs these days. I've also picked up some other bits and pieces from other websites. I've kind of cheated when it comes to patching a cable in. I'm going to use these because the cable's already been. I've also got one of these to go in it, which is like a patch panel. Okay, and what I also have done, because I use Raspberry Pis, I'm gonna have USB ports in there. So I've got to get essentially, I think they're male-to-males, aren't they? Yeah, male-to-males. I've got to get a male-to-male USB cables for that, and that'll be working for it. So yeah, as long as I get a hug. Yeah. So what was I going on about? Also, do you remember last week me telling you about my computer and the high CPU usage? And it was coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Do you remember that? No? Well, if you don't, go back and watch my other stream. I didn't put it on YouTube, did I? You mother fudger. You mother. So, yeah, Meteor remembers. Okay, so everyone noticed last week. Well, not everyone noticed that I was having real issues regarding performance on my PC. Now, after a week of testing and trying different things, it came down to a few things. Now, what I did was what we call clean boot ups. Now, how you do a clean boot up is quite easy to do. Let me show you how you can start a clean boot up. So, ignoring this for a moment, to do a clean boot up, you go to press run, msconfig, okay, and you go to boot, you go to services, you go to hide all Microsoft things, and you hit disable all. That will disable all the Microsoft services on your next boot up, okay? Now, after that, what you want to do is go to your task manager, go to startup apps, and disable everything. So essentially, it makes it into a fresh boot. So if you've got a program that is playing up, you can then see it. So what I did was, I did that, played a game, found it wasn't Steam, load Steam up, found it wasn't Steam, load Discord up, found it wasn't Discord, and I just went through every single one of my programs, loading one at a time, playing a game, see if that CPU usage spiked. Nothing. It was only when I launched Stream Deck, after a short while, no, it's not straight away, it was after a short while, I was getting those spikes. So I'm thinking to myself, it's got to be Stream Deck. It's got to be the program. But I did a little bit of research. Now, I'm not an expert in everything. Most things, yeah, probably, but not an expert in everything. And I was like, okay, right. I didn't realise when you go to the App Store up here, you know, you go to this, when you go to plugins here, when you download something and it installs onto here, it is actually another program essentially running inside the Stream Deck, an add-on program. Now, the problem with it was I had Windows Tools from BarRaider, which was causing that spike issue. I removed a few other things, hence if you have a look here on my desktop here, the restart button is squared out. Now if I click anything in Windows, now do you remember last time I had everything all running and everything looks really good? I had to install that all. So now these buttons are missing plugins now, okay? So WinTools. That's cool, it kind of keeps it in place. So GPU metrics. So I think it was Bar Raiders WinTools. Let me see. Now I'm going to try reinstalling it and see what happens. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? So I'm going to do install all. So the good thing about Stream Deck is it allows you to do stuff like that. Okay. So WinTools from Bar Raider is what played up for me last time. So we're going to keep an eye on that. On this thing, because what WinTools used to do. There we go. There you go. There you go. As soon as I installed it, look at that. It's spiking again. That's what's happening last time. So WMI provider host with WinTools will cause this issue. Because if I uninstall that WinTools from Bar Raider, disable it, look at it. So I'm gonna let Bar Raider know that his WinTools is playing problems with. If this version causes, if you use legacy version, yeah. But his legacy version, the advanced launcher works fine. So what I can do, if I go to click on here, check this one, because this wasn't part of WinTools, or not. I think these were ones that I didn't use. Because this is, oh, something's gone wrong. I can't use that now. Let's close it down. Let's reopen it. Check now. No. I've broken it. I broke it. Best way to sort it out. Turn it off and turn it on again. Not the PC, just the Pro app. See, it's gone now. Turn it off, turn it on again. Yeah, so there you go, we're back again. So I can now check for that plugin now. Yeah, it's Bar Raiders WinTools here. And if it's Bar Raiders 1, I'm not going to install it anymore. Okay, so that's a problem with that. And don't get me wrong, it's a great tool. But it causes a memory leak. And that's what's happening. It's CPU leakage. So, yeah. Windows Cockpit. I'll install Windows Cockpit back in because that is a useful kit. That is, and it is brilliant. It does everything I need it to on the top bar there. Okay. Google search. So they might. There we go. There's the update gone on that one. What's this one? GPU metrics. See, we got rid of a lot of them, didn't we? This is WinTools again. Yeah, it's WinTools. All that's WinTools. That's WinTools. Yeah. What's this one here? WinTools. Yeah. So essentially, I can't use Bar Raiders WinTools because it would just kill my system. All right. Even that, I'd love to get that working, but I wonder if Windows Cockpit would do something like that. Hang on. I'll have to really kind of like have a decent look at it because I would like to find a restart button. Kill processors / app. That's a useful one, that would be. But yeah, we'll play around with that some other times. So how has your week been anyway? How's everyone been? I've had some really. It's been an odd week for me. Could make an exe that runs a restart command. I could. Oh, you mean the as in like the run down it? You're right. I could. I didn't think of that. Thanks, Michi. You're right. This is why I like people like yourself, because at least then I can just bounce ideas off you and vice versa. So, what you been waiting for? What everyone's been waiting for. I'm gonna move this camera around that light. Alright. Oops. I dropped you. Put you on here. Okay. Let's see how you look, shall we?
And press the E
Oh,
button.
wrong button. Ignore that. Oh God, look at my keyboard. Look at my desk. Actually, don't look at my desk. Oh, don't look at the desk. I used that system to make a delayed shutdown command to download stuff. Yes, that I used to do as well. When I wasn't on a full fiber connection, I would leave my PC running. I would guesstimate the time to download of a certain device, and that's what it will be. It will be that, and then I would have it on the shutdown command. So yeah. Hello, my other half has just walked into the room. Hi. What are you after? One drink. Ooh. Sorry, she's caused feedback. She has. Yeah, you caused feedback because you're so amazing. That's why. You're so amazing. My week's been good. Doing workouts every day. Christ, I'm surprised the floor hasn't broken. Wow. Go back to bed. She just shouted. Says you. I think I'll take a break today. Tomorrow, get into cardio, some light jogging. Are you on the treadmill? No? Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Treadmills are pretty cool. Pretty fun. It's if you've been like on hundreds of them, you get a little bit on the board side. Don't worry, Sammy. Nobody likes Michi, so you don't need to panic. Don't need to worry on that one. Okay. Here we go. Property BT. As you can see at the top here, I have removed the ID numbers because, yeah, don't want them to know. Question is, how does one get into this? I do not know. Now, I think it's all clipped around the edges because this is given a little bit of giveaway there. This is still attached to the main board, you could say. So I'm guessing the lift... Oh, hang on, yeah. I'm guessing the top comes off. 5 minutes of jogging, the speed of down, then... Yeah, remember to warm up and warm down because you will feel that ache. Yeah, it is literally popping out on these edges. Let's get my screwdriver out. Do you know what? Sammy, thank you. This is the best purchase ever. This is... It's cheap. It's awesome. To the point I do take it to work with me just in case because you never know when you might need a X-Acto screwdriver. I am tempted to put on my wish list iFixit kits. So... Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because, yeah, you don't want to get that ache. Yeah, it's literally just popping apart. It literally just pops apart. So we'll be able to find out what type of storage this is as well. I've always wondered about these. Oh. Always happens. Now, what this is an old kit, so it's been sat in my van for literally months. So, and work has said that I can get rid of it. So this is been authorized by my work. And I can hear my other half coming in. Hello, dear. You getting your laptop? You sure it's over there? Oh, it is over there. Would you like anything else with it? Would you like a kiss? You're staring at me. Oh, okay. He needs to buy a present for Ava's friend. Okay. So hi from the chat. Oh, the chat says hello. I use one like that, but it's smaller head screws like Nintendo screws heads. Oh, you mean the tri-heads? This has got the tri-heads on it as well. Tri-heads. But this is only a cheap kit, so I don't mind destroying the kit, if I'm honest, because it is so cheap that, do you know, for something that is literally just about £10, it's not bad. Right, pretty much sure got it all mostly off now. Mostly off. Oh, there we go. Done. Wow. So the actual top side of it, you've got a button on the side here, you see. Okay, top button on the side. Expensive crunch noise. It's come apart cleanly. It just sounded expensive. Yeah. Oh, it is made by Sagecom. Like that, Sagecom. Funny enough, they're the same people who make Talk routers. They're Sagemcoms. Fair enough. So, here's where it gets interesting. So, obviously, we've got a large heat sink at the top there, and let me just move my mic down a bit so it's not directly in my face. Perfect. So, large heat sink with a... There's your heat sink there, so that's where your CPU is. Got a ribbon cable for the lights and the infrared receiver, which is there, and some other lights, which will be recording lights on the top there. Now this over here, I'm quite sure that it goes to. Oh, they're possibly going to be Wi-Fi antennas, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. There. So, and obviously our favourite turbo connectors. Come on, hang on. If you get your hands on TiVo boxes, they only have 1 terabyte hard drives inside. They made them last 10 years. See, this is what I'm looking in here for, because these are 1 terabyte. So, but there's no moving parts apart from the fan. So, right. So let's have a look in there. That looks like to be, yeah, there's a screw just there. Void of, there you go. So we found the warranty sticker, and it's a Phillips head. Get my Phillips head out. I am so blind today. Oh no, it's not. It's not a Phillips head. No, it's a Torx. It's a Torx screw. It's a T screw. It's like a T6. Maybe a T7. We'll go for a T7. No, it's not a T7. No, it's not a T7. Here we go. T8, I think. Not T8. Oh. Might be beaten here. Go for a T15. Too big to be T15. Too small to be T15. We'll go for a T19. If I can get it out. It might be a bit small for this one. Nope, got it. This is it. T19. That's cool. The fact is, they definitely don't want you to take this apart. That's why you're using a torque screw on that one. Like I said, Sammy, thanks for, you know, telling me to order this kit straight away. And look, there's the blower just come straight off. Again, made by Sagecom. Right, so there's the fan. So where's my flathead again? I'll get the little flathead out again because that's always fun to use. We'll use a very tiny one, just a poker. So here's the fan. Oh wow, look at that. My only fan. Look at the tiny size of it. Wow. I need the torque screw again for this shielded part here. If we come back to the other side of the board, you've got the SMA connectors. Because these generally are for Wi-Fi. I'm guessing the reason they have 4 instead of 2 aerials is mostly because it's a streaming box as well. Itty bitty. Could say I'm used to small things. Now what sizes were these again? Yeah, that one, that size there. So I'm going to take this board off, but I can see there's one screw at the top right here, which is what we're going to do. Hey look, we're not going out of focus this time though, are we? Do you remember last time I did this with the ONT? So you're probably thinking, what are these at the back here? Well, that's your USB port. USB port mostly is just supported for keyboards, funny enough. HDMI port, Ethernet, SPDIF, or you know, that will be for a sound system. That's optical out, aerial in, aerial out, and obviously 12 volt power, which is 2 amps. So 12 times it by 2, which is 24 watts. This looks like to be a hard drive tray, if I'm honest with you. So that comes out. And also, we're just undering as many screws as we can. We've got a few ribbon cables around here. We've got one here. Ribbon cables out. So, have I missed a screw somewhere? Yes, I have. Just that one there. I couldn't see it from my angle anyway. Hey, Visky. Thank you. Are you okay? Been at social. In case you don't know, this is a BT TV box that we are currently taking apart to see how it works. Because you guys wanted something like this and you guys deserve it. If you find any, you know, bits and pieces like on Facebook Messenger that's near me or anything like that you want me to take apart, let me know. Oh, it comes out as one big unit. It comes out as one big unit. Alright. Hello. That looks like a hard drive caddy, if I'm honest with you. Let's, oh, hello. That is a hard drive. It's a hard drive caddy right there.
I just had this Calypso, so it's fucking minging.
So what you could do, because look, that's SATA. Wow. Right, let's, we'll come back to the board in a minute. Okay. Let's see what's in this, because I'm just as interested. So I'm not quite sure if this is an SSD or a hard drive. Yeah, so these are the aerials for the Wi-Fi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's pretty cool. So let's move that to the side at the moment. Set this apart. And no, there's no intention of me putting this back together again, if I'm honest with you. Risky, thank you for the sub. I don't know what's going on with the subs, but the noises, but we'll have to get that fixed. But thank you. This has been machined on. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, let's try taking it off again. There's no budging that, is there? There's no budging at all. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely on there. Maybe, hang on a second. We'll use that one, try that one. Get a machine to remove the screw. Sure, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout, actually. Where's my drill? Found it. Okay. Oh, wrong way. I need to force that to close, so there we go. So I need to go onto that. I need to close around this. Oh, I've wait. Sorry. Nope, it's not quite in properly. I want it to go in the middle of that. There you go. Right. This can either go one or two ways. You'll either break it. Oh, that worked. Well done. Do the other screws as well. Yeah. Whiskey, you are a genius. You can hear that satisfying click. There you go. Perfect. Right. Let's get that out. Nope, wrong way. There you go. Perfect. Oh. Don't mind destroying my phone. So, Michi, not me. Okay. Was it Michi? Oh, yeah. Cheers, Michi. So, what I've been telling people might be an actual lie, because I thought that it had an NVMe in it, not an SSD. But so this could either be an SSD or a really fast HDD. So, we're about to find out. Ooh. It's made by Toshiba, and it is a hard drive, a disk drive. So it doesn't tell me much on here. Yeah, it's a hard drive. That's a laptop drive. That's rather interesting, that is. See, there's me thinking that they had... There's me thinking they had SSDs in them and not laptop drives in them. Right. There's a serial number on these. Let's have a look at this, you know, on the desktop here. Okay. Right, let's go to desktop. Hello there. So, it is a Toshiba. You can see that I've been looking at TVs, can't you? Okay, it's an MQ04 ABF 100V. So yeah, it is a 1TB Toshiba drive worth £26. So that answers my question. So it is a Toshiba £26 hard drive, notebook drive. Now they can use HDDs because read write speed doesn't mean much to an average TiVo user, just the size. So hard drive users are mostly used at the time. That's really interesting. Should we take it apart? We took one of these apart the other day, didn't we? I want to know what's on it. If there's any kind of programs or anything like that. So I'm going to have to throw it into a computer, I reckon. Right. But looking at this and looking at the board, you'd think, got to be careful with that, but yeah, you would think. I've already taken one of these apart, so I'm quite tempted to keep hold of that and put it in the gaming rig, the TV gaming rig, because that's a few more games on that. It's upgradable. I reckon it's upgradable, so you could get like a 10, you know, as long as it's SATA, it'll work. It's going to have to OS unboot it to boot the video files. The good thing about the board is you can boot it from a network. So if this does fail, you can boot from network because it's got an SoC on it, hasn't it? So it's massive an SoC on it. But yeah, but looking at the board itself, so the main CPU is going to be here, all right? Which obviously the fan being behind it, you would think that the grills be the other way around, but yeah. I'm quite tempted to take the CPU. Shall we take the CPU apart? Or the heatsink off it and whatnot? It's very, what's the word? Oh no, by the way, empathic. I'm not intending to use this or put it back together again, so I don't need to be careful. Right. Okay. So let's have a look in there and see, because if I know my coax correctly, we might actually have two copper lines here, one there, into some sort of board in things. Same as any USB, I guess. But that's what this is. This is just a USB Type 3, according to that. I mean, look at it, it's blue. But they don't use this for storage. What they use this for, I mean, be careful plugging into an unknown hard drive. The thing is, this has come from BT, so they're not, whatever. I very much doubt anything's on it, if I'm honest with you. To be honest, it's expendable. So I'm going to take this apart. Okay, it's a bit like the ONTs with these heat bubbles, heat shield thingies, shields, because they all just come off the same way. Look. Yeah, there's the two coppers, there and there. I don't think you see them, there and there. Now you got resistor on that one. 75 ohms to that. So that is literally just passing it one and pushing back out again. Okay. So it's got to use more power for that resistor then. Nah, TV boxes made their own system, so people would struggle to homebrew it. Yeah, well, you could homebrew this. I want to see what CPU is running, if it is running. This has been sat in my bag for literal months. When I mean my bag, my laptop bag. Oh god, this is going to take a while. Talk amongst yourselves. Fair enough. Figure Corp's notoriously cheap. They get away with cutting costs wherever they can. Yeah, probably. Tell you what would be interesting, we'll be taking our router apart. We've got a couple of routers that I could take apart. So now we're getting somewhere. Got these large teeth on the side. It's not really large, it's just, you know, knife and stab, stab, stab. It's just these bubble connectors. So push that one up, got one out. I go along, pushing it up. This would be easier if I had a another one. They have really stuck this down. They really do not want us to see what's in this. I don't think I'm going to get it open today. In fact, what we'll do, we'll look from the bottom here. And we've got something here as well. That lovely creaking noise, eh? Nothing exciting, just a chipset there. What's this one here? Whoops. It's not glue. It's this kind of weird kind of teeth thing. Another chipset there, that's shielded. This is where the CPU is on the back side of it. So let's get into that CPU. Right, let's start attacking these teeth one by one. Let's be a bit rough with it now. So, yeah, interesting week. Fun week, like I said. Yeah, it's been relatively warm as well. You see in England, Emmy. So, wherever you are in Aussie, it's probably been just as warm here. It's those big chunky ones that just defeating me. So I've got that side mostly done. So let's do this one here. Bring up all the teeth on this one. Do you know when you watch videos, you just want a fast forward button? Now we're getting somewhere that's getting a little looser. It's just because it's right in between that metal, this thing here, which I'm believing is going to be the RAM. Come on. Nobody likes Michi. Okay. I will not be defeated. Not today. Just maybe tomorrow. Can I get this off? No, it's not going to come off. In fact, I've got an idea. Do I have one of those? I do. I've got a itty bitty little one. Is this going to be any better? No, it's going to be worse, I reckon. Well, I don't know. No, it's going pretty well. There's that one up. Oh, there we go. That's that one up. Okay, so I've got one side up. There's 3 to go. 4 to go, really, but... one. We go from this side here. Now I'm gonna need the other tool. So at least now I'm aware of it not being an SSD. It's a hard drive, okay? But I know it's a terabyte hard drive. In fact, let's take off this and see what HDMI controller we're using. But that's where that went. So we've got this side completely off, haven't we? Let's tap this side again. Thanks, Ramphorinus, I don't know that. Rampy, there you go. Thanks, Rampy. How are we doing anyway? Currently taking apart a BT TV box at the moment, destructively at the moment, because I want to see what CPU it runs, amongst other things. So we've started off with the full box. We've taken the head off it, and now we're down to the bare motherboard.
You're new around here, so I'll go
Taking
easy
it
on
apart.
you.
And it is not giving up its secrets easily. But we have found out something new today, that it's not using an NVMe, it's not using an SSD, it is actually using a hard drive. A 5400 RPM hard drive with 8 megs of cache. So, which is worth about £28 or £27, I see. So yeah, that will but what I will do is when I plug it in, I'll investigate what's on it, what iOS it runs and whatnot. The only problem is, because this is an unused box, there's no recordings on it, so I can't see what program files there are. However, it does answer the question about... It doesn't really answer the question, actually, thinking about it. It does kind of like... Here we go, now we're getting the corner up now. So we need to this side, and then we'll be able to gain access because it'll just peel off that way. So that side's done, almost. Yeah, it's coming up. Coming up nicely. So yeah, you know, we'll be able to find out. But it does answer the question of what they were using, because this being the what we call the F1 box, because the generations before it were called Gs. You had the G4, the G5, and the G3. So they called these the Fs. The F1. There's now an F2. But yeah, I do actually have an F2 to take apart, which we'll compare it with this one. See the differences. The difference, I reckon, is just going to be the board. I don't think it's going to be the board. I think it's going to be exactly the same board, but the location of those aerials and the Wi-Fi. I am completely scratching this up. I do apologise. I have super slow. You're doing good. Why do you have super slow internet? What's going on? Do you have... What's wrong with it? Who you're with? Tell us who you're with. Tell us your speeds. Tell us your latency.
Live till he's loved. I love someone. If I do her. Have you told her? No, you know me. I'm too shy.
Okay.
If I could cable her. Why not semaphore? Arthur, you've got to declare yourself openly. Otherwise, you'll stay right where you are.
I may end up breaking the board. So I'm bending it a little bit just to get these up. Tell us how your computer's connected to your router as well, because it could be different from that as well. Now, you're probably thinking, why should I tell you all that stuff? Well, if you're in the UK, I would probably work for your provider or do jobs for them, because I'm a subby, I'm a network engineer, and that's what I do as my day job. I don't obviously take things apart like this normally, but every once in a while, once in the blue moon, I'll get some equipment that's been sat around. I've got permission to take it apart on stream, which is one of these. Near Chai. Remember, if you remember, I'm near Farm, ETA.
Simple man, I have plain simple.
Farm near Chai, ETA.
And I simply have to let you know. Plainly.
All right. Your fibre to the premises in December 2026. Oh, on EE. Ooh. You're currently ADSL. I can't remember on the top of my head which customer you are. Yeah. If you're on a farm near Chai, I think I know where you are roughly. But yeah, you tend to be stuck with what you've got at the moment. You can go to btwholesale.com. Or you know, not BT Wholesale, you know, Google PT Wholesale. There we go. Oh, my fingers. And you can actually, oh look, computer putty. It's still soft. This has been sat in my van. Oh, tang me, yeah. It's been sat in my van for months, okay? And look, that is some goop on that. Oh god. Oh no, it's spreading. I'm not going to use the Ava's toy. Not going to use Ava's toy. Not going to use Ava's toy. I'll use a bit of paper. Okay, I've messed up that. Okay, so, yeah, CPU cheese. Don't taste it. Wow, that is a lump and a half of that, isn't there? Alright. I'm gonna get my fingers covered in this stuff, aren't I? Okay. I need to get something.
If we're going to spend the rest of our lives together,
Okay, you'd think, right by my computer, you'd think I'd have, I don't know, tissues at least. Okay, but I don't even have that here. Okay, alright, because it's yeah, CPU cheese. Yeah, Tangmere has, it depends on what part of Tangmere you're looking at. Right. Oh, hang on, no. No. No, it's not going to be that. No, it's not going to be those. Ooh, I was meaning to put that in my bad. It's not there. Pardon me. What's she done with them? Ow! Oh, my nuts. Okay, alright, okay. Screw it. Screw it, let's just use the... Doesn't look to be any writing on there. Oh, there is writing. There is writing. Hang on. That didn't taste very nice. Okay. CPU cheese. Yeah, until you get a full fibre connection, there's not really much you can do. I had a customer today who lives in an area much like yours, where they're on a full fibre promise. Now, when I went to the website, the whole BT Wholesale website, we got BT Broadband Wholesale website, fiber's available in the area, but they've not been told. So I've then turned around and said to them, you do know fiber's actually available, so I would have a look at the BT Wholesale website, Broadband Wholesale website. Open, you know, Google it. I'll give you a link in a minute, or Meaty, if you want to give you a link, you can do. This CPU not cleaning up that well. There we go. It is the Broadcom CPU. Broadcom. Wow. So we've come across Sagecom. So what's the link between Sagecom and Broadcom? So this is the hard drive, isn't it? So Sagecom and Broadcom. Here we go. Reject all. I knew it would be XDA forums. I have a STB Sagecom. It's has to be what it's normally a good hardware. Hello. This box is Broadcom CPU, not an my Logic device. So does this mean I reckon this could be homebrewed. I reckon you could do something with this. Not with this one exactly. I mean, it's fucked now. But yeah, you could do something with this one. Couldn't you? Let's try putting it back for now, okay, shall we? So we got that back on. That's from this one here. There we go. CPU cheese. It was that way round. There we go. Would you like cheese with that? Dear. I've probably mentioned to you, Ramphoricus, that you probably need like some sort of mesh, if I remember who you are, because you live in the largest place. Okay. So that's that. I'm not going to put the hard drive back in. But yeah, that sits on there. Michi, thanks for that idea of using my drill, getting that out. But yeah. I mean, I could see how they could put that. I mean, the logic board is tiny compared to the rest of the size of the box. That's the box, that's the logic board. So, essentially, what they've probably done on the newer models is instead of having the hard drive here, like there, which is normally slotted underneath, they've probably brought it in further because the new ones, oh no, they wouldn't have done. The new ones don't have a curve on each end. They are square at each end, but the same size. So, and on the Pro Minis, they don't need this because they don't use an aerial. So that takes out most of this board here, so they can move that along. So that's exactly a Pro Mini without a hard drive. So that tells me then is a 3 terabytes, a 3 terabyte. That this essentially, because that'll be too slow to have a program on it. Thinking about it, and these are pretty quick when they're working. So this must be an SoC, system on a chip, because it's not going to be on this, because we know hard drives take ages to load up. But then again, this is a transcriber, so it changes it from one to the other. So yeah, what do you think of tonight's taking that apart? Took it out. Cheese, stay in there. Please stay in. Right, okay. So, yeah, motherboard. So that would normally sit that way up. So, hard drive into there. So, essentially, what you could be telling me is if you got a faulty board, you could take 2 of these apart and swap the hard drives out and put this in the. But it also depends on if they have, which I very much doubt, which Xbox did. Had a certain hard drive or certain game drives or DVD drives per, firmware locked per console. So I very much doubt they would have done something like that on this, but we are talking about Broadcom, who make routers as well for TalkTalk. I'm not gonna lie to you, they probably make a lot more than that, if I'm honest. I'm just getting it in the box, so when I throw it in the bin. However, if you want a souvenir, let me know. Thanks, Star Scuffle. How are we? You good? I dealt with a blind person today. Someone very poor of sight. She was lovely. She was probably the nicest person in the world. And I was looking, I was helping to help her as much as I possibly can, which was lovely. The fan is cute though. Look at the size of it. I mean, to the point I'm tempted to take it apart, attach it to a battery. I haven't got my cable strippers with me, but that would be fun. Look at the size of it though. I mean, that's the size of my thumb. Ignore my dirty finger. I'm good, back from a trip, so a little bit on the epi side. Epi? What do you mean by epi? Alright, it's a little 12 volt, 0.3 amps. Yeah, that sits quite nicely in there, like so. And that goes into there. Putting this thing back together again, minus the so you got white epi as in sleepy. Oh right, okay. Well, just sit back and relax and listen. Oh my god, EpiPen. I hate SMA connectors. These are the worst type of connectors known to man. I cannot get them in at any flipping point because I don't know if you can see it. It is literally a pin in. These are what. There you go. Got that one in. These are what that one in. Your routers have. The thing is, you've got to be forceful, but you don't want to be too forceful that you bend the center pin. There we go. There we go. I am definitely tempted to get a what do you may call it? A plastic iFixit kit for stuff like this, because just imagine going to a customer's house and finding out their box is not connecting to Wi-Fi, and finding like one of these SMA connectors is that like that popped off. I hate tiny pins. Hey Kez, long time no see. How's Captain Flush? What was it? Polish. Hate this pins, never get them in. Proceeds to do it first try. Yeah, thanks. Do you know what? My favourite clip is of me screaming like a bitch and then you getting killed on Phasmophobia. There we go. And you complaining that I got you killed. Oh dear, that was funny. Yeah, because that goes that way. Oh yeah. So the blower does actually go straight over that one. So there's the heatsink, the blower goes straight over that one as such, because there's the hole for that torque screws there. That sits into place, blows it across and comes out this side. So that would indicate that's why. Fair enough. We don't talk about that clip. Oh, you bitch, Michi. shocked anyway. Right. So yeah, that's that pretty much almost together. Yeah, ribbon cable for all the buttons. Oh, actually, speaking of which, right, so the BT button, the power button, is that is that tiny little button just at the front there. That it's just there. Yeah, all good. Same good for me. Same shit, different day. Yeah, been toasty where you've been as well, hasn't it? So yeah, these are definitely the Wi-Fi aerials. That's in. Yeah, and you can never notice. Hang on a second. Oh, ow. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's not going back in for some reason. I probably bent it too much, but there you go. It's about as close as I'm good get. There you go. What do you think? Like I've never been in it. That one works, and the that also works as well. You know what I remembered? Never got to play golf last time. Fuck you. I'm not playing golf tonight. I've got the girls upstairs, so yeah. All right, but there we go. That's what's inside one of these. Hope you enjoyed that. I definitely did. I definitely enjoyed that. But yeah, it's been an interesting little thing. But I reckon pretty much you can update this box with a 2 terabyte or whatever. However, I don't know why you would, because limitations of these boxes, you've got to record and watch something within a certain time. Now, that's because of licensing laws and whatever. But yeah, hang on a second. So yeah, that was well, interesting when I took apart there. Right, what we need to go to next is Reddit. Do you know when you take something apart and you put something back together again? Right. Are you meant to have leftover screws? Because I've got a load of screws here. Seriously, I have a load of them. So, what do we do with screws? Open the drawer, put them in, close the drawer, and forget about them, yeah? Cool. But yeah, like I said, you know, keep saying, Sammy, thanks for telling me to buy that, buy this kit, because it is definitely worth it. It's definitely, yeah. I've taken a hard drive, now I've taken apart one of a BT set-top box. This is the kit I use. It stays together, so you didn't need them. No, you're right. You're right, I didn't need them. Did not need them one bit. Okay, so should we jump onto Reddit and see what's going on in the world of Reddit? Because that's always going to be a fun one, isn't there? By the way, Demon, hope you're okay though. Kezi Wezzy. If anyone does want to follow Kez, give him a follow. He's very chilled back. He's very funny. And he's a good laugh. He is. So I would do a shout out. Can I do a shout out from Kezi? Hang on, let's have it. Is it at SO? No, it's that SO at Demon Kez. Yeah, I used to have a little clip thing, but I can't get that to work anymore. So I'll have to look into that one this weekend. But yeah, give him a shout out because why not? Okay, so what are we doing? OBS on that one, desktop live. Okay. There you go. I hear movement. There's also slasher, so there's the movement. We see. Oh my god, the size of that Mickey Mouse. So, let's have a look. r/Wi-Fi. Strange Wi-Fi issue. Oh, I like these ones. These are always good ones. So, for about the past couple of days, my Wi-Fi was absolute doo-doo. I mostly play games, but I also have... Your URL on the shout out's wrong. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? I don't know why it's on that. There you go.
1.6 million.
Be quiet, you. Let's find that clip, shall we? Should we find that clip? Why is it not in your top featured? Oh, it is. Oh my... That was 4 years ago. That was 4 years ago.
Hezzy, where do we keep us safe?
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck off! What the fuck? That's such bullshit. He screams like a little bitch and I die. What the
Look at him.
He did. How did he die?
Mr. Fluffles.
That's such
Oh,
bull.
unfortunate.
He's bent
At
over
least
the...
I'm comfy.
I didn't notice how you
Wow,
died on that.
my
You,
fucking
you're
body.
literally over the bed. Oh yeah, nearest to 5. I need to go back onto that. It is a great game. But the only problem is A, having the space to do VR. B, staying cool in this heat because it is toasty. So, strange Wi-Fi issues. Anyway, let's go back to where I was talking about. So for a couple of days, my Wi-Fi's been absolute doo-doo. I've mostly played games, but I also have some work to do as well. What basically happens, every few minutes I get large lag spike on Wi-Fi. It seems to freeze the games, which usually ping off over 5,000. Yeah, that's nearly... Is it 5,000 milliseconds? Is a second? Is 5 seconds? Anyway, I won't be able to search anything on the search engines because only correct connection unexpectedly closed. Both try Google and Microsoft Edge. And same for both. I can only access sub-sites that but might like YouTube. Sounds like a DNS issue already. I'm for some reason able to navigate through YouTube links. However, when I click on an actual video, I have to refresh the page to even watch it. But every few minutes, even seconds, an unexpected error occurred and the video will stop. This only happens specifically my computer in the house. My phone and parents' devices are fine. I've tried troubleshooting, reset the PC. It sounds like... No. There you go. Have you verified the Wi-Fi issue rather than the router or ISP issue? Well, he's obviously, if you read it... Please restart your router weekly. Yes. Cold restart. Wait, unplug. Wait 30 seconds. Yeah. No, that won't solve it. It actually sounds like a DNS issue on just his one device. Now, DNS, as you know, is dynamic name server, where you type in, I don't know, google.com and takes you to Google. But if your DNS, what it does, it changes that Google number. So change that google.com to a number. So if I type in ping google.com here, we know that google.com is this address because my DNS server has changed it to this address. Now what happens if we put that in here? There's google.com. So we know that that is to google.com's website. Imagine you didn't read, imagine if you didn't read it on Reddit. Huh? Speakers English? Wi-Fi boost upgrade my internet plan, don't care. Will Wi-Fi 6E access point for you? Yes. 100%. Will Wi-Fi 6E access point be faster than Wi-Fi 5 router? Yes. However, there's always a caveat with these things. I know almost nothing about routers Wi-Fi, but my ISP where I live currently holds a monopoly on the market. So we have shit Wi-Fi 5 routers that are directly connected to fiber optic cables. And according to them, it cannot be changed or replaced with a router not sold by the ISP. With capped internet speeds and limited internet quotas, all my devices pretty much support Wi-Fi 6E, but obviously I can't seem to enjoy that. Only reason I want to switch is because I can't use Ethernet on any of my Wi-Fi devices unless I get a dongle, which feels like too much work for each device. So here's a stupid question. If I use the same Wi-Fi router connected to 1 gigabit Ethernet to a Wi-Fi 6 access point, connect my device to said access point, theoretically speaking, my connection better somehow. Yes, it will. Okay, no. Yeah, it depends on also the line coming in as well. Okay, so for this one, he's thinking about what I've exactly done, where he's got. Oh, that's cool. No, I don't want cool. I want Microsoft. Did I remove Paint? I've removed Paint from my computer for some reason. I have removed Paint. I will deal with that later. So what he's done, he's got his router. God, this takes you back, doesn't it? So he's got his router here. Okay, he's got his ISP network. Okay, all right, ISP network, which then sends fiber to an ONT. Okay, which is optical network terminal, which then goes to a router from the ISP router. Okay, all right, which has Wi-Fi in it. Now this is Wi-Fi 5. Now if he connects via Ethernet, I don't know, I use Deco, okay, or some sort of access point on Wi-Fi 6, he'll get those higher speeds because Wi-Fi 5 is slower than Wi-Fi 6 and much slower than Wi-Fi 6E. So there you go. Yes, we have to use the right cables. Help! Cable stuck in modem, can't get it out. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh. No! Why? That's fucked. That's a fiber optic cable. That is dead. That is terror. That is gone. Hang on. Not a Wi-Fi issue. Green part, sliding lock and grip. Grab that. It should come out. If it's stuck, you may have to break it. Google push-pull connector. Careful fiber racing. Yeah, that is. Yeah. This is what this fiber is, but what that is, I don't know. Windows Q1 cannot connect to one specific network. Apps blocked. Right. What is his icon? Alright, let's go back to home. Let's go to new, which is always fun. This is. Oh, we do know it's the Steam sale at the moment. Is this too close? No, mine's an inch between them, but no, that should be fine. Old lock, advice needed. Don't care. Possible HA. Unstable PC audio crash when you use Firefox. Don't use Firefox. 360 cache. Yeah. What's missing an opinion in this collection? Don't care. Don't think I've got anything going on here. Let's have a look at the UK ISPs. Hello. TalkTalk Wi-Fi 6 mesh extender. Sagecom Fast 266 V2. Sagecom. We were looking at the Sagecom box a minute ago. That's not Wi-Fi 6. It's Wi-Fi 5. I reckon that's Wi-Fi 5. I reckon it's 802.11x. 11AC. Because I've seen them. There we go. Denial. Let's have a look at the PDF of this one. Let's look just that one. Well, that doesn't tell me much. Again, the same. They're just exactly the same. Yeah, just for different. Okay, so UK user manual. Here we go. Where is it? 802.11. Show results for this one. Here we go. N, which is Wi-Fi 5. Yeah, there you go. Here you go. Found it. Here we go. So, yeah. Oh, hello. Welcome again. Oh, someone's actually taking one of these apart. Motherfucker. Ruining an episode later on, aren't we? Fair enough. But yeah, it's Wi-Fi 5, not Wi-Fi 6. That's not a Wi-Fi 6. I got sent a Wi-Fi extender a while ago. I initially set up repeated Wi-Fi network and put it away for a few months due to being works. I've just got it out while I can connect it to my router. Repeats a different SID. Can't obviously find a way to log in and set up. Yes. Yes. Okay. So get yourself a Ethernet cable. Plug the extender into the Ethernet, into the yellow ports on the rear of the router, and then plug the other end, on the rear of the router. Then turn on the extender and wait. That would pair it to get it connected. By the way, it's Wi-Fi 5 802.11 AC, not 802.11 AX, which is Wi-Fi 6. Sorry to let you know. Kind regards, engineer. Oh dear. Imagine if you didn't read it already. Yeah. Kind regards, engineer. Okay, it is Wi-Fi 5. Recommendations and for new FTTP provider. I'm sure this one's been asked before. Recommendations, new broadband provider have the unusual online quotes, similar prices, some include mesh devices, some charge extra for those. I am 900 speed mesh extenders, old house thick walls necessary to drop. Can't drop Ethernet cables. Also bundled. That is EE. Also bundled discount possible SIM cards. Each time I found a winner and comes along with providers rubbish. Yeah, BitB UK. Great website. For if you're looking at, it's called Better Internet Dashboard. Brilliant if you're looking at places like 9QE. Is that what is that? This is just a random one I've just picked. So yeah, I mean, even if you sit here, you've got HyperOptics local, Lightning Fiber, OpenReach is. City Fiber. You've got all these kind of live and plans. Tells you about cellular data as well. I didn't know it does that. So yeah, fair enough. That's cool. There we go. Yeah, great internet. So the network providers in this area will be OpenReach, City Fiber, and Virgin Media. So if you've got City Fiber, you can get other ones as well, but I tend to stick with City Fiber if I'm honest with you. It also tells me future roadworks as well, which is going to be here. Open reach granted. So yeah, that's quite a cool little thing anyway. So, Tube alive, Open Reach alive, City Fibers planned, Glide, Hyper Optic. If I'm honest with you, go with Tube. Okay, Tube are a fairly decent company. They look after their customers, which is surprising. TalkTalk, please explain this. You're currently out of contract 5150 package, includes broadband line rental $31.99 a month, excluding the high costs. Second option is for you to move into a new fibre contract, £40 per month. Why would you use that? 43. Yeah, I'd stay out of contract if I was you. So as I'm just cheaper. Tell me the $7.99 a month. I've been TalkTalk for years. Yeah, stay with that one. The only problem with TalkTalk is they like to keep you in a contract if you have any problems, so they can just charge you if an engineer turns up and they found the problems inside, which has happened today. Let's go broadband contract date and query. Let's close some windows down. There we go. Close the windows because people get a little bit antsy when they get open windows. You see, because people are like that. Be fiber retention. Is that wrong with negotiation? No. Does this mean I'll get fiber soon? No. No, it doesn't mean anything. I've answered that one, haven't I? Okay. EEGB. Can anyone confirm, can they split the EE Wi-Fi 7 router to multiple wireless bands? I'm sure it's possible. I've seen a YouTube review, but I cannot see the option. Now, 3 bands are 1. Looks like all 3 bands are enabled. Doing Wi-Fi search, main band shows up. No. Okay. EE routers are shocking. You can change SSID and password that's about it. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That is all you can do because they have locked them down. I'm using the EE router and BT. Yeah. They recently changed that where the Smart Hub 2 you can do it anymore. Smart Hub 1 you can, Smart Hub 2 you can't. EETV third-party router, here we go. Is there a standalone device that let me access EETV using the TV Box Pro, which is what I've just taken apart? I'm paying for a TV package including basic sports, but I can only use it for an EE hub, which I can't integrate into my existing networks or Ubiquiti kit. It's not about getting free access, as I'm happy to pay and currently am. But if I can't get it working without EE hub, then I'm going to have to cancel subscription and rate. Total, you can, but yeah, this person's got it right here. You have to have IPTV on that one. It doesn't matter what kind of router you've got on the EE, you can. No contract early, my 4G speeds are low. Smart Pro router. Can anyone tell me the EE Smart Pro router is locked? Yes, it's locked. It's locked. As I'm after a router that has 2.5 gigabits ports. Yeah, it's locked. Yeah, 100%. You could use a dumb access point disabling DHCP, hooking it up. You can do that, but it is locked to EE, unfortunately. Home networking. No. Complete beginning. Consider some like what I'm getting into. Oh. I've gone down the networking rabbit hole for the last few days. Oh, I pity you, my friend. All because I want to learn how to isolate my new video doorbell from other devices using the VLAN. That's what you need. Well, now I'm just overwhelmed a bit. I find some of it fascinating, but I'm not planning on making this into a hobby. I just wanted to set up some VLANs and VPNs and firewalls, but I'm getting worried once I open that can of worms, I may be opening myself to more threats and just... If I'm honest with you, and I like to be honest with a lot of people, when you open up VLANs and when you open up firewalls and playing around with it just to kind of put stuff on a VLAN, unless you're someone of importance, nobody's going to care. if I'm honest with you. All right, nobody's gonna hack in. Nobody wants to hack in because you're a nobody. This is what I tell a lot of my people, not my customers. Unless you are someone of infamous or not, no one's really gonna care. And you'll probably find that most hackers aren't hacking. They are doing a thing called social engineering. And what social engineering is they essentially are, instead of hacking a computer, they're hacking the person. And how they do that is quite easily, they'll ring you up and say, they'll ring you up and go,
hello, my name is James and I'm calling from Halifax. I would like to let you know that someone has gained access to your account and they are trying to transfer money out of it into their personal account. So what you need to do is we need to close your account down and transfer your money into a separate account to keep it safe whilst we investigate this, okay? All I'll need is your account number, your sort code, the 16-digit number on the front of your card, and a 3-digit number on the back. Okay? Thank you very much.
and that's what they'll do. Or they'll be like,
hello, this is Microsoft Security. We have noticed that you are sending viruses up to the internet. We would like you to stop that. However, I'm guessing you probably don't know what you're doing. So would you go to this website, download this program so we can access your computer to do a virus check for you?
and you'll get some little old woman go, yeah, of course, not a problem. Which is the website? TeamViewer, okay. Other ones available. Okay, all right. Oh, my screen's gone blank.
Oh, don't worry about it, Mrs. Saver. Yeah, we're just checking in the background just to kind of make sure everything's okay.
Meanwhile, whilst we're going to Amazon.com, buying ourselves all sorts of cards, sending them out to us in Lagos. That's what normally happens. Shut up and take my money. Oh dear. New fibre install. Ooh, hello. These are always fun. MJ Quinn came to connect me up. Quite a cable run outside. That's normal. Do you know what I mean? Whenever I say test makeups, that's what they look like on there. You see? It'll be fine. Where's the testy? Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. Because it's quite a clear run, that one is. Gas coming from the cabinet. Oh, hello. This is a monitor. I'd like to hear this one. So what that is, that machine that you're seeing there is what we call a D-slam. Now, some D-slams have the cab has a generator and them, a backup in them, okay? But if it is proper gas, yeah, report it. So, yeah, you could try and report it. Oh no, it's easier said than done. But this happens into ducts, yeah. So, what normally happens when you open up... Oh, I didn't show you that, did I? I didn't show you that. Whoops, my bad. Try again. Hi, you Silver. This is what I'm on about. This thing here. Yeah, so that's a D-slam. You need to report that if there's a help identifying cabling. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Silver, how you doing, buddy? You good? Nice seeing you. We need to go back and play some Division 2. Right, so this guy, obviously, that's a CSP point, customer service point. That's what we call. This next one's a BT80 or, yeah, BT. No, it says BT66 box. So that is for the old VDSL or ADSL or telephone line. And this is for your fiber line. Okay, so you got the fiber coming in from the bottom there, and this then going around to the property. That one is an old system, that one is. Very old system, DAX 2, BT DAX 2, line voltage. So obviously he's coming from the ground there, going into there. It's going to be jelly crimp to a couple of things. Oh, it's a voltage regulator from BT. That looks to be coax. This is telco. That's telco as well. NCE5A. That's an old one. A very old one. That looks like you've got Ethernet coming through that as well. That's super old. Digital access carrier system. Yes. Yeah, very old. That's what that is. See, I'm learning things on here as well. Xbox safe to remove. There's power running to it. No line voltage, 140 V DC will be a top. Would I need an electrician? It's unlikely or even connected to anything. Get broadband through them. Yeah, you wouldn't need an electrician. Not cutting like a plug in your house. A giant spark bang would happen. DC voltage, very thin cable. Yeah, very unfair. Yeah. In fact, ask an engineer to pop over anyway, because we would be happy to take it apart. Here we go. No internet for over a month. Let's have a look at these things here. So, I've been waiting to connect to the internet over a month. They said it would be shot here. Used Vodafone for over 2 years without issues. Kept moving. I moved to a new property last month. They told me to plug my existing router and data activation would go smoothly. It didn't. Red light on the router and was flashing red in the ONT box. Had all the lights on. That red light on the ONT box would mean POS, LOS, which is loss of service. So that's an OpenReach engineer. After doing the customer service for hours, sending photos and doing all the turn off stuff, they were convinced I sent an OpenReach engineer. Entity came out, told me there's nothing wrong with the ONT box or the setup, advised a new router. And yet, you get a red light on it. Oh, hello. No. Passive optical network, that would normally be red. LAN, local area network and power. I don't know what alarm does. I don't know that. ONT, it's a fairly new one. Spent another few hours of customer service. Oh, that's probably why you're a Sky. I know that router. That's a Sky router. Obviously, yeah. Fucking awful routers they are. Anyway, sorry. Spent another few hours customer service, got myself a new router, same issue. By the way, I think Vodafone support people are ambitious and ambitious and health are really reluctant to escalate things as fast as they would. So also frustration panic switch to Sky, today's activation, no internet line on the router, OpenReach problem, diagnostics, similar issue. Because the problem's outside your home, OpenReach will fix the problem as quick as they can without having to visit your home. We suspect the fault could be between your local exchange and your home. You do not need to be home for this engineer visit. You will not be charged for visit and SMS update. Have you tried the reset button? Might force a firmware update. Yes, that could work as well. Give it a try. I've tried it, didn't work. Okay. Solid PON, no authentication. That's not solid PON. Solid positive, yeah, that's no notification. PON toggle required. Get an engineer to visit. Added update Sky at the bottom. Put one in. Who knows? Who knows? At the end of the day. Okay, live in an apartment block. Neighbours full of fibre. Website can't get it. ONT install questions. Gone build. Existing phone names comes with the floorboard with FTP and so the same way. Not unless you take it up yourself. So with questions like this, I get this one quite a bit on my job. Okay, let's get rid of that. So existing phone line continues underneath floorboards with FTP the same way. I get this question a lot, and the reason I get it, even though I don't do fibre installations because I'm not a cable engineer, is they will always ask me, and I will always give them my basic answer. It's up to the engineer. It depends on what time restrictions they've got and if they're any good. Now, what you can do is help the engineer by getting the floorboards up first. Okay? But personally, I wouldn't want to run fibre underneath those floorboards. Excuse me a second. The reason I don't want to run fibre underneath a floorboard is because the less fibre you got in your house, the less instance it can go wrong. And the more expensive, and if you've got fibre in your property, actually running through your property, there's a higher chance of that being knocked and damaged, and it'll be costly to repair because we know how much a fibre repair kit, you know, fibre joiner is normally a couple of grand to repair it, and to get someone out to do it could take days. If I'm honest with you, I would generally, if that was me, if I wanted fibre ran, I'm going to be moving my router anyway soon, I would run Ethernet from where the phone line comes in, underneath the floorboards, and put a junction box on the other side. Because at least then, if anything happens to that cable, it can be repaired easily. Okay? And if it's an armoured cable, yeah. That's what I would normally do. So, run Ethernet, not fibre. Full fibre install. Oh dear, sorry. Have we been to PC Help? Let's go for this one. Ooh, I think it might be some dust on the computer. How do I clean it up? Because of engineering is what you need that one. Dual boot without BIOS? Nope. This is normal for a GPU. Yes. They're obviously looking at a pin there. Okay, yes, it is normal. There are sometimes the pins just get scratched off. Second last pin is slightly shorter. Is it normal? Yes. Yes, it's normal. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. As long as the pin's there, it doesn't have to be problematic. Tech support gore. This is always a fun one. Oh. I see cables like that. I had a customer a few weeks ago, actually, who had an external cable, much like this, okay, with their wires showing. Now, I'm not allowed to replace that cable because if I was to replace it, I don't have any boxes, waterproof boxes, that will hide the jelly crimps and it would just look messy. So what I did was I got some armoured cable, cut it up, sliced down the middle of it, removed the wiring from it, placed it over the white cable that was falling apart, cable tied it again. So A, it's not going to move, and B, it's protected, and it covers the whole lot up. But yeah, that's what I did, and it worked. It hides the cable, but yeah. Yeah. What have I been playing recently? Ask computer questions. This is a new one. I don't think I've done this one. Let's go to new. So microphone volume keeps changing. Hi everyone. Oh, it's 11 hours ago. Here we go. Hi everyone. Microphone volume keeps changing in front of me as I'm watching it. I'm using a different communication software, Discord, WhatsApp, etc. I set it in Windows not allow control, but it still changes every time to the lowest. I tried YouTube with that idea. So there is obviously something changing it. Have a look at the settings. You really need to start ripping it apart and have a look at those settings. Okay. Workstation computer making beep before starting up. Won't boot. Not sure what the issue is. That beep's telling you something wrong there. Let's see if we can solve it from up here. 1 terabyte hard drive. Some sort of drive. CMOS there. RAM's there. There's got to be some problem with the graphics card on. There isn't one. Fasten audio and Google Meet. My GPU fan's not spinning. Do I have to get USB to activate Windows? No, you can use it on different things. What type of what other connector is this? Oh. 16, 30, 32 pins, something rather. Someone's going to have the answer for that one. Custom, yeah. Let's have a look. See if there's anything else I can help with. Home networking, we've had a look at this one, I reckon. Sorry if anyone just jumped on that one. Go away, adverts. Oh, speaking about adverts, I've had to switch off my home assistant. What do you call it? AdGuard. Because every time I've had it on, there has been so many issues regarding YouTube. So what I need to do is I need to completely clear the log. Oh yeah, we're now getting bad gateway because obviously I'm updating it and it's not going to let me do anything. So I need to delete the lists again and try again, if I'm honest with you. So but everything else is working fine on Home Assistant. Oh, Yoto's there. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, going back to my original problem regarding the provider host things, this has been running for a while now, and look, not a lot has been going on. To be honest, he's brave for it, and it works great. Yeah, but this is Brave is great, but this Brave will only do one device, which is what's running. You know what my AdGuard does? It does the whole network. So how it works when it's running is this works as your DNS server, dynamic name server, and all the traffic should normally go through it. So what I'm going to have to do is go to the block list. I need to get rid of all these block lists. Only use Brave for YouTube. So what I can do is I'm going to delete all these lists. Okay. All right. And I'm going to add more lists to it at some other point. Oh, I've broken it. There we go. So delete all the lists, and I do want to start that again. So yeah, so we can add a block list, we can choose from a list. This would tell me all sorts of websites, but yeah, other block lists, regional block lists. Oh, hello. Security. Phishing, anti-malware. Stalkerware. Hacked malware. And hit save. And I will enable the protection. Have I got... No, I haven't got it going through here at the moment anyway, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of. Okay, let me just double check my my router settings. 192.168.1. Okay, let me just log in and bring this up so you can't see everything in a moment. I'm going to go to advanced. Yes, you can't see it. Network. LAN settings. Yeah, no, it's going to Cloudflare and... Yeah. It's going to Cloudflare and whatever. So what we'll do is we will update that. Setup guide says 192.1.142. So 192, this is why 168.1.42. This is why I love having an off-the-shelf router, which my ISP gave me. 172. Well, that's 173. 172.32. .32. And .30. .32. .1. There we go. So now it's going through this now. So these numbers, yeah, because I stopped it for a certain time, brought it back up again and stopped it again. So I go to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so it's still there. That's fine. It's not. Oh no, it was Sidemen she was having issues with. Sidemen. And it was most recent videos. Yeah, 12 days ago. So yeah, the videos are still working. That's fine. Okay. And yeah, perfect. Grand. Mocha Netgear. No, two roofs in the same house. Mesh. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, megabits or gigabits. Should I choose 600 megabits or 1000 gigabits on the internet? Wow, 1000 gigabits. I find still the holiday home family and streaming at the same time. Automatic wireless system, go for the gigabits. Go for the 600 megabits. Or someone should beat me to it. Both options would be overkill. He's right there. If I had a choice between I was just thinking about this the other day. So, a lot of people will do speed tests as a indicator on their network and their connections. And they would think, oh, that would be brilliant for me, having no speeds. Absolutely awesome. Right. Fair enough. But you'll get to a... But they were like, but I hate the fact that it drops out. So I often turn around and say to them, what would you rather have? A slower connection that's more stable or a faster connection that's unstable? And it's always going to be, can I have both? Well, not really in your instance because looking around you and whatever. But I normally get that. But what I just generally say is probably better to go for a stable connection that's slightly slower rather than a super fast connection that is super quick, because you will just be pissed off all the time. Oh, I keep dropping out on games. Oh, this happens. Oh, do you know what? I shot him first and he's over there and he's just killed me. So yeah, I would rather have a slower connection that is more stable rather than a fast connection that isn't. Who do I care? Because I have a fast connection that is stable, so fuck you. I don't mean that, obviously. So, what was I going to say next? Can't remember what I was going to say next. So, my next kind of videos on my TikTok channel, my DIY one, should be putting this network server together. Okay, and I'll show it off to you next Friday. That'll be interesting for you, won't it? Now, all the bits and pieces are going to come and go. They're going to be coming this week. So I've got a different network switch coming into it, which is a stacked network switch server in there. So we'll find out how that's going to work. So, me saying that, from me to you guys, while me over here with a fast connection and stable only time and stuff goes out over hurricane and maintenance. Same with me. It's mostly maintenance for mine. So Silver, Kezi, Star, Michi, Visky, Ramphianucus, Emmy, and obviously Sammy, you're around there, aren't you? Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for having me out watching me, even if I'm on the side then you just listen to me ramble on for 2 hours. You have been amazing people. I will see you in the next chapter. Look after yourselves and take care of yourselves. Drink plenty of fluids, although this weekend's going to be wet apparently. Alright, thank you. Fuck you, Star Scuffle. Alright, adios, look after yourself, and like I said, see you in the next chapter. And nobody likes meaty because meaty smells. Stick around for the raid, guys. I would raid Michi, but she has a lot of people watching, so I'm gonna raid my second favourite person.